Welcome to AWS Glue Crawler Classifier. So AWS Glue Crawler use a built-in classifier to infer the schema. As an example, if there is a Parquet file or the CSV and simple JSON structure, so it uses the built-in classifier to infer the schema and create the table into AWS Glue catalog. But sometimes in the real world, we know we have a lot of different kind of files. As an example, you might have a JSON with the multiple arrays and a XML file and also a CSV file with the different delimiter. In that case, we need to create a custom classifier. And AWS Glue provides CSV, JSON, XML, and Grok custom classifiers, which can be used as an added functionality on the classifier, and it helps the crawler to infer the schema better. The Grok classifier can be used for the fixed width file. So let's go and create one custom classifier in our AWS management console. So in this AWS management console glue page, we are on the classifier section and we can see we can create the classifier here. So when you go to the add classifier, you get different options here, which kind of classifier you want to create. So let's go and create one classifier. We'll just say as classifier 101, and then we'll be using the CSV. So when you want to create the CSV classifier, it gives an option like what kind of different delimiter you have. It might be tab, single quote, double quotes. Let's just double quote classifier here. What will be your quote? Just keep the double quote. Over here you can also use the different values which you want. It could be classifier, a tab, or comma. Let's go with this one. Just say it has headings, and if you want to give the heading, you can give what kind of heading it has, like first name, last name, and age, just to be more precise on this one. And you can trim the names which is coming in the classifier if you want to trim the column names with this one. And let's create the classifier. Now once you create the classifier, you need to use the classifier when you create the crawler. So as an example, when we go over here and if you want to create a new crawler, so in the option we can say like classifier and to next, and over here you select the classifier. So this is the place where you will be using the classifier. So classifier is something which you need to create before you can use it with the crawler, and when the crawler crawls the data, it knows this is the classifier I'm going to use. So we can use this one, which is the classifier 101. Whenever the classifier you have created, you will be able to see them in the crawler selection whenever you want to create the crawler. So that's how the classifier is being used, and we do have a lot of different types of classifier available. There's a good documentation on from the AWS, and it gives you in detail about what kind of different values you can give, like for the different patterns, different values can be provided for the different custom classifiers, for the JSON what you can do, for the Grok what you can do. So it's a good document to go over it, and you can see like how you can use the custom classifier. Thank you.